Hello, in this video we will try to understand what is the repo rate, why has the RBI increased the repo rate in the recent times, and how does it affect the citizens of the country like you and me. So let's get started without any further delay. So the repo rate in a country is basically the interest rate at which the central bank of that country is lending out the money to the commercial banks. So in India, the central bank is the RBI, and the commercial banks are the banks like HDFC, ICICI, etc. So the repo rate basically means the interest rate at which the RBI is giving out the money in the form of loans to these commercial banks. And when the RBI increases this repo rate, it does so with a very clear motive of reducing the inflation in the country. Now you might wonder, how is repo rate related to the inflation in the country? So for that, we must first understand what inflation means. So inflation in very simple terms means महंगाई or the increase in prices of goods and services in the country. So recently you might have seen that the prices of bread, lemons or petrol, etc. has increased a lot. And the reason for that is inflation, or that is what inflation basically means. So to control this inflation, to control these increased prices, the RBI has to step in and it has to undertake certain rules and procedures so that the prices do not go out of hand. And that is why the RBI increases the repo rate to bring down these prices. So now let us understand how exactly does an increasing repo rate reduce the prices in the country. So like we studied, repo rate means the interest rate at which banks borrow from the RBI. So if the banks are getting a loan at a higher interest rate from the RBI, they will also increase the interest rate on the loans which they are giving out to the common people. So for example, if a car loan was available at say 10% interest rate, now after the increase of the repo rate, the same car loan will be available at a higher interest rate, say 12%. And what this increased interest rate on loans will do is that it will discourage common people like you and me to go out and take loans and to buy stuff. So when the interest rate on loans increases, it discourages or disincentivizes people from taking out more loans and spending money. It is not that we will be unable to take out loans, but due to an increased interest rate, lesser and lesser people will take out loans. For example, if I wanted to buy a car and I needed a car loan to do that, I would much rather prefer a lower interest rate than a higher interest rate loan. So I'll wait for a while and I'll say that अगर आगे जाके ये interest rate कम होता है, then at that point in time I'll take the car loan and I'll purchase a car. And in this manner, the RBI tries to discourage the people from taking out loans and from spending money. And when this happens, when the money supply in the economy reduces, when people take lesser and lesser loans, it reduces the demand for things. Again, coming back to the car example, if people are purchasing car but lesser and lesser people are purchasing a car, then it will reduce the demand for cars, and thus the prices of cars will slowly come down. And similarly, when the demand for other things also decreases, the price or the inflation will also start to reduce. And so there is a trickle down effect. Once the repo rate is increased, the interest rate on loans also increases. And when the interest rate on loans increases, people take out lesser loans, people spend lesser money, and the demand decreases. And with a decreasing demand, the prices also start to decrease. So that is what the RBI hopes to achieve through this move, and whether or not it will come to fruition is something which remains to be seen. Until then, leave a like on this video and stay tuned for more content. Thank you.